Okay, everybody, this is the Yowl and Howl. This is Rowan, Kilduff here, and so we finally got all of our technical problems out of the way. I'm not going to say we solved them, but we sure did try. So today I've got a friend with me here in the studio. I have Vašek Nevrlý, came all the way from the Czech Republic to be here with us today. So hey, how's it going over there? Let's test the mic.
I have this experience from my life that when you try to present something and it definitely not working, just when you want to show it to others, yes, and it's maybe because I tried to complicate it, because this is my personality, I think.
Yeah, we have a lot. I'll just describe to you listeners. We have a lot of cables. We have a lot of machinery, a lot of technology. But the important thing is that we're here. Microphones are on, and we've got some cool music to play and some things to talk about. Where will we start? What do you want to? We got a cup of tea here. We're ready to go. You want to start with field recording? Can talk about that. So I know that we were talking about it a lot today. Actually, we've been talking nonstop since morning, a little bit overly caffeinated, and we've been excited, and we've been talking a lot in the kitchen and on the way here and on the train and on the street and then here, talking about a lot about music. So, and one of the things I know that you're really into, and maybe you can talk about a little bit, is recording soundscapes, collecting sounds, right? And what does that mean to you? And how can you use it? And what kind of things do you get from that, like recording the world and sharing that?
For me, personally, I wouldn't call myself a field recordist, or because as someone tells this, it's usually people which are used to spend time in nature or in the city. It is the community of sound artists dealing with like town walk, listening walks, and I would rather call myself a listener than a field recorder. Yes, because listening is something which everybody can practice, and nobody can judge you or somehow classify you if you are good listener or bad listener.
Yeah.
You can still learn, and so this is this listening practice which. And when I push some red button, we were talking about this red button.
The red button alarm, the anxiety of the. Yeah.
So, but something happened with you. I get a little bit more calm than usually. I start speaking. I stop speaking, and I start to be more accepting whatever happening around me and trying to be part of that and connect with the surroundings. And sometimes I'm too lazy to push this red button. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
And trying to be in flow with what's going on around.
Yeah, I remember earlier we were talking about the thing where I was feeling what you were talking about resonated with me, talking about art, like collaging, and also about photography, that when you were talking about it in this way of trying to capture something, and sometimes it's the thing that you can't capture, it's the moment that's like, I remember many times I was taking, well, not so many, but I was taking photos, and maybe I forgot to load film. You know, I took a whole lot of photos, or some other problem happened. The photos didn't come out, basically. But I remember every shot. I remember the moment that I looked and the moment I took it, and the feeling of that is still, I can see those photographs right now in my brain, in my mind. Whereas a lot of the other ones that did come out, I don't remember because I knew that I have them. I have them on paper. I have them on the negative. They exist. They're captured somehow. And the ones that were not captured and got away actually stayed in my memory. I remember I was there, very focused. So is it something like, that's something like this, right? You were talking about, yeah, with sound. Yeah, and what about using the sounds one time only? Like live performance. Okay, we don't have, as I said, we don't have all the equipment set up, but we were talking about on the way here about the difference between trying to capture something, record something for later, and trying and just letting it happen in the moment. What do you feel about that? I know that's important for you to let it happen in the moment, right? And be there with that.
It's a hard question.
Yeah. Or when you're making music, say this Radio Necho. Tell me about that a little bit. What's Radio Necho about for you?
For me, it's some kind of personal, my own trials to experiment what with sound. Which I like, and with how to say, because music is for me too strict because when something is speaking about music, it rather wants you to have some rhythm or some melody. Or music, when you are listening to music, you also are, or I expect to be some song which you can record and which you can perform. And usually when you are on concert, people expect to hear the song as it is recorded. Some of them like it in another way. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a musical aim, but it's rather a sound. I wouldn't say it's sound ecology because it's also some terminology used in sound art. But
oh, what about this song? Because I want to play one song called "How to Search for the Sun." Can you tell? Say a little bit about it, like how it was made, or what's the background of that? What's it about?
Is connected with my kind of illness and piece of my life when I was staying only in bed, and I was reading one book of Czech journalist Miroslav Horníček, who wrote the book Jak hledat slunce, it means how to search for the sun, and usually this Radio Necho is alive when I am ill, physically disabled, and I give up all my working duties, family duties, and I just focus on working with sound and listening and collecting something together.
And you think that's because you slow down, everything stops for a while, and you just start to listen and feel?
I'm just focused on something which I believe, but in my, let's say, normal life or civil life, I focus on other stuff. I wouldn't like to say I have to, but I choose. It's some kind of priority to stay alive, to feed your family and children, which is something.
It's something you've got to do.
No, I don't have to do it, but it's a priority which is somehow normal for me and somehow natural for me. So in this part of life when I'm focused on my work and on my family, I just give up some, let's say, musical or sound experimenting aims, and ambitions are only like imaginary.
Mm-hmm. And then it comes back in those times when you just have to stop. Yeah, maybe recovering from something, or you get a surprising surgery or whatever it is, and you suddenly have to stop. Do you think listening more is also because of I don't know, when you get hit like with something surprising, suddenly you reassess your life a little bit. You start to think about some of those bigger things, like what am I doing here? What's my life about? You start to stop and listen more, or is it more like that you have these feelings related to this illness or that time, a quiet time, calm time, and you need to say something about it through sound? Because it's not only listening; you're making something too, right?
What you ask me is reminding me about breathing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And reminds me about the value of only breathing, which I saw on Facebook. There is a Nobel Prize feed, which sometime I watch, and there was one scientist who was a Nobel Prize laureate for, I think, biology, and he was talking something about ambitions in science and in your life. And then he told something that when he was ill, because I don't know exactly the story, but he told that in one part of his life, he only appreciate the value of being able to breathe. And that this is the most important part of his life, because after he recovered, he was again ambitious and tried to make good work and be efficient and somehow successful in his professional life and personal life. But he told that he always somewhere inside know that this value of just breathing is the most important for him. And I just remember when I just woke up from narcosis.
Yeah.
I remember myself that I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was just counting as I'm experience running. And I experimenting with this period of breathing and with counting with your, let's say, for me, I call it quantum run, yes? That you are quantizing your breath according to your
step,
your
pace,
your not pace, but step rate, or
counting with your feet,
and try to synchronize all. And when I just woke up, I remember when I was waking up, I was just counting and just breathing. As I would run in.
Yeah.
And so, and this was this value of just be able to breathe, which in that moment I remember, which was enough for me, and I was just listening to beep, 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 beep of this machine controlling your heartbeat and sound, and I was just listening to beep beep, and all the machine controlling your life functions. And this is, you just have to be patient in the bed, and listening is after you are able to breathe. Yes, so this is the first, we can call it need, but let's say it's amazing physical phenomena which we are given. So listening is, let's say, the second what you can do when you wake up, even you cannot move or your body feels some pain or something. So still listening is some kind of relief.
And maybe, and you can take it like that, if it's the most basic thing, to first wake up, realize you breathe, you're alive, you listen. I guess if we would take this to an interpersonal sense, to how we live with each other, that we realize we're here firstly, and we breathe, we're, you know, in our bodies. How is it that some of the Zen Buddhists talk about it, that you're like being grounded in your body, present in the body, and then you're also listening to other people around, and the whole environment it comes in. All the outside world comes into you by being open and listening. This is like this antenna thing we talked about earlier, right? Consciousness like the antenna. You got to be open and listen for stuff. So I'm going to play this song. This is called How to Search for the Sun. This is side A, and this is Radio Necho, How to Search for the Sun. real soundscape stuff right there, right? It's like really like you feel that whole neighborhood. How did you make it? You just had the windows open and the world came in?
It's not, I wouldn't call it song nor the composition. Yes, it's just live streaming what's going on outside your window.
Yeah.
And I was inside, I think with some guitar effect I bought a year or 2 years ago before I record this. And I just used some, I wouldn't tell it samples because I think it was mainly some... it is a looper, but I don't... Usually musicians will start doing music like to loop something and playing loops, but maybe it's my problem. I'm not able to be focused on playing and tapping a tempo or someone. I'm disabled in this way, so I'm just when I'm doing some drones or some and I like it, I just push this looper and wait for some moment, accumulating and use it like a black box in the airplane, you know.
Uh-huh.
So just to keep something with some part of information which I think is somehow important or I like it.
You just catch it in the moment, or do you sometimes feel it coming, that you can predict, like you feel like now is coming to a good moment and then you press it?
This you immediately, if you have some like harmonical or some kind of listening experience and experience with playing with someone else or making music or whatever, singing with someone, you immediately can distinguish if it works or not.
Yeah. And okay, so just to move to the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about, is like you already mentioned running. And so music gets you into a zone. We talked about this kind of time space of its own, this kind of special thing, and also harmony. Yeah, this harmonic experience. And running, I know because I know you. Running gets you there as well. You get this thing with running. So I really want to talk to you about running. And but before we get to it, I got something for you. I found a really cool song today. I'm going to play for you. There's a little surprise for you. As we've been talking about the Rarámuri runners, Tarahumara, or however they like to be called, the running people of Copper Canyon, the Mexico desert. Famous from the book Born to Run, Christopher McDougall's book. And here's a song I found today called the Caballo Blanco song, sung by these guys from this village, celebrating the famous Caballo Blanco, the white horse, who was this. If anyone out there knows the book Born to Run, he's the mysterious figure, this white man who's out there running in the desert, sunburned and turning up, every now and again, a couple of times a year, to buy supplies and runs off again into the desert and disappears. And so the book all starts as this kind of like investigation. Is this guy a real guy? And who is he? And how does he live out in the desert? And what's he doing running around all the time? So then the story starts from there. Here's a song.
Va corriendo, va el campo. Mira cómo corre el corredor, caballo blanco. Corre acompañado de su perro guarajuco, que lo recuerdan con cariño y con amor. se va por la ladera, por los montes sin parar, entre pinos y cañones y los pueblos al pasar, entre pinos y cañones y los pueblos al pasar. Corre que corre la carrera de la pelota de madera, una bolsa de pinole y un relincho al pasar, una bolsa de pinole y un relincho al pasar. Mira cómo corre el corredor, caballo. Atardece ya, metido el sol, se marchará. Los tohuices y tehueques por Imar repartirán. Los tohuices y tehueques por Imar repartirán. Se fue caballo blanco para siempre a descansar. Tarahumaras de Chihuahua siempre te recordarán. Tarahumaras de Chihuahua siempre te recordarán. Y se va por la ladera, por los montes sin parar, entre pinos y cañones y los pueblos al pasar, entre pinos y cañones y los pueblos al pasar.
Yeah. What do you think? Did you like that?
I didn't understand what they were singing about, but I can imagine this mood when they just finish their run and enjoying a moment spent together. Just this.
Yeah.
This is the like weak point of my or this European style running, that usually we are running alone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I also enjoy the moments when I'm alone, when I'm running, but when you run in a crowd, what you can enjoy when you are racing, but I don't like racing run or race run, but this is a kind of movement you feel in this moment, that you are together with another hunters, and your feast is just approaching. Yes,
Yeah, I wonder if that's the secret for their huge endurance. That they have this energy that keeps going because they run as a community. The whole families they run together. It's the same with this Kalahari Bushmen. They're just running all the time. They're out there all the time, and really is enjoying themselves. I think it looks like, at least that's the impression I got when I read that book and I watched some little documentary about it. And this music, all I got from it is because my Spanish is not so great, is that they're singing about Caballo Blanco and corriendo. He's running. And I think the whole song was just like, there he goes, he's running, there he goes. It's like Roadrunner, it's just the whole song. It's like, this guy's running all the time. But it sounded like celebration song, right? I got that feeling too. Yeah, it's real nice. And what about when you're, how can you make some connection, like how the feeling you get, say, when you're in the zone and you're running and you're in the moment, present moment kind of feel in the flow, and when you're making music or when you're listening to music and you really get into it? Is there some like similar space there, or is it are they two different things?
Maybe firstly, I would like to tell that, for example, some people like to hear music when they are running.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able. I need to feel this rhythm, this natural, and to search for this optimal pace, optimal foot or step length and rhythm of your run, and you can find it after some time of practice. You can find also your heartbeat or your heart tempo, which is in this aerobic zone, and this is coupled maybe, and this is something. It's in the second book or a later book of this. Of
Christopher McDougall.
Yes, his second book, which I read, but I didn't read the first, which Rowan mentioned. But we are complementary in this way.
You can borrow it. You can take it home with you.
Its name is Natural Born Heroes. And in this book, he described the runners in Crete during their heroship during the Nazi occupation of the Crete, and he starts to go deeper into fat adapted diet.
Yeah, and
because from the scientific point of view, also Tarahumari people burn mainly carbs when they run, because they eat mainly corn and some proteins, but the runners and shepherds in Crete, their diet is based on fat, on bacon and fatty cheese and maybe milk or cream. And when your body is adapted to burn fat for energy, it needs more oxygen to burn fat than a carb. Maybe 20% more air you need.
Yeah.
So it works only when you run in aerobic regime. So it means if you want to go fast, you will definitely need carbs. But in that case, you are in your mindset is this run out. If you have this fight or fright, so this is the third option, you run out.
Okay.
As a rabbit, yes, you become a rabbit.
Just run and you use that energy.
Yes,
this way. Yeah.
And you have such kind of tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody who likes sports and remember this when you just finishing your few tens or 100 meters, you just are having this tunnel vision and just want to get in the finish.
Yeah.
But when you go in aerobic regime, this is rather you became a predator, yes, like a wolf, and your eyes and ears and all is like you see three-dimensionally or feel in dimensions, not only in one escape dimension,
right?
But because you are searching for your victim.
So everything expands, your senses expand, the world expands, and so you're listening much more, seeing more. The world is more alive,
more intensive.
Yeah,
start to be intensive. And now I do not practice a lot, but I was used to run during the night time in the forest, not in the bush, but on the tracks or passes, which I know, and you just don't see what's below your legs, but you are just keep your tempo. You are just observing, and your ears and here listening is much more intensive in the dark.
Everything is expanding. Oh yeah, in the dark for sure. I had the same experience in winter. I used to go in mountains in winter, and I had this feeling like I could hear the snowflakes falling, and if a bird flew, it was really amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna play another song. This is another surprise song for you, since all your equipment, is like as is. I'm gonna play this song. This is because this is from a Czech band that I think you might not know. And I know the drummer from this band, and these guys. They were doing pretty well, They were playing in many festivals. They've been going for a while. Their first record came out in 2012. It was called Love, and I had a copy of this. It was DIY printed. It was made like handmade, hand painted. I think it was pink, and we used to have it in the car and listen to this. And they've had a 2020 LP came out. They have some other music coming soon. This band is called Gagarin. And this is, as we're talking about hardcore on the way, and these guys are, from their Bandcamp, where you can go and you can download their music and you can support them. They describe themselves as something like screamo, electro, is it techno, is it disco? Some of the songs sound like hardcore, punk, everything together, yeah? So here's one of the songs from their 2017 record, which is called 42. And that came up earlier. We were talking about marathons, right? And how it sounds better to run them in miles than in kilometers, because 42 sounds too long, right? And 26 is more manageable, right? So you go with mileage, yeah. Okay, so here is, hope you enjoy. It's a little change of pace. It's a little change of volume. Here's Gagarin with Night Rider. All right, that was Gagarin with Night Rider, And I know the drummer from this band, Rowan. He actually was helping us way back in the day to record very first demos I was making in Czech, and he was a really helpful guy, and we had a really, really good time. It was really DIY setup, and I know that one of the guys in the startup in the band, Jumper, he was a kind of local legend who went off to Kyrgyzstan. He was in a whole bunch of bands, local bands there in the Czech scene, underground hardcore scene, like John Ball, and they had a whole bunch of different bands, and then there's Lukasz, and there's Radim Screaming, and then now they have new lineup. There's a guy, there's Kuba, and there's Lenka, and I think I know a few people from this band, and they were pretty cool. So I really wanted to play this. Did you know them before? Have you ever heard of them?
Yes, I have very special experience because when my second son was born, my both sons are born in a hospital Ostrava Fifejdy, which is very close, maybe less than 1 kilometer from the Dolní Vítkovice site where Colors of Ostrava festival take place.
Oh yeah, and they were playing there? I saw them there at this festival once.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was special occasion for me because just after my second son was born, just in late morning, I went there, and first what I saw was the concert of Jose Gonzalez, yes?
Oh yeah.
Which I have somehow connected with yourself.
Yeah.
And you know why?
Yeah.
There's another occasion.
Yeah.
But so this was just in the afternoon time. This was a Gonzalez gig, which I enjoyed very much, and I was really full of hormones, you know, like when your son is born. And during the evening time or night time, I took my younger son. He was 2 years old. And it was like first gig, a concert, which he had this...
the headphones, the protective headphones for kids. Yeah.
For kids.
Yeah, my son had this too always.
We were together on this Gagarin concert. It was the first and maybe only concert.
It was indoor?
Indoor.
I was there. I was at that gig.
So we had to
Yeah, but one thing I was thinking about in relation to these guys was also generally with this kind of bands we were talking about that they're with the audience more, and it's not like separated, you know, up on some stage. Usually like it's more together, you know, and you get that music connection and that sharing. Yeah. So, hey, we're just about out of time. Sorry for cutting a little short today because, you know, we've got another show coming in about like 30 seconds, like a minute. We got to clear out all of our, you know, equipment and stuff here. So thanks for being with us today. This was Yowl and Howl, and thanks Vašek for being here. It was cool to talk to you.
Thank you. For
Good to see you. Thanks for coming all the way here. It's like this guy just traveled, you know, 500 kilometers to be here, and how cool is that? I'm going to play one more song just to say bye. What do you think? We play Fluffy Clouds? I can put it on here as a goodbye song. Is that a good one?
It's a good one.
Would you go with that? Okay. So here comes last song. Goodbye. See you later. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Little Fluffy Clouds.
Over the past few years, to the traditional sounds of the summer, the drone of lawnmower, the snap of yellow and willow, has been added a new noise.
What were the skies like when you were young?
They went on forever. We lived in Arizona, and the skies always had little fluffy clouds in them, and they were long and clear, and there were lots of stars at night. And when it would rain, it would all turn. They were beautiful, the most beautiful skies, as a matter of fact. The sunsets were purple and red and yellow and on fire, and the clouds would catch the colors everywhere. That's neat, because I used to look at them all the time. You don't see that.